Good morning guys, welcome to another episode of Impala Overland and welcome to the Barrington Tops. Right, so here's the story. We're driving yesterday, we on our way to Little Murray Campground, and I use the GPS, so Google Maps, to get to Little Murray Campground. In short, don't do that. If you're trying to get to Little Murray Campground, drive directly into the Barrington Tops Forest Road and just follow the road. According to Google Maps, it's closed. It's not closed where Google Maps says it's closed, and it tries to take you through a bunch of private properties. So we spent probably 3 hours yesterday exploring and backtracking. Our trip today takes us from the Little Murray camping area along the beautifully scenic and not at all technical Barrington Trail to the Junction Pools Campground. Remember, if you're coming this way and you're looking to camp, no camper trailers are allowed along the trail. At the end of the track, you come to an area known as the Junction Pools Campground, and it has to be one of the most scenic spots. After a lovely afternoon at Junction Pools, it was time to head back to camp for dinner. So dinner tonight is going to be the simplest thing I can think of, which is chicken pasta with sauce. These little butane stoves sometimes get a bad rap, but they're cheap, the gas is easily accessible, and they heat your food. So I guess the only downside to them is, obviously, if you've never used one before, you wouldn't know this, but if you have tried to use one in cold weather, they're all but useless. Luckily, it's summer, so we're surviving just fine with one. So we just got to see a stack of brumbies. So if you're ever in Little Murray Campground, that's one thing you get to look forward to, is some wild horses. Obviously not endemic to Australia, but I think there's some horses that escaped back in the 1800s, some of the first settlers, and they made a life for themselves here, and now they live here. So we settled down for the night, finished up having dinner. Bub's asleep, or not asleep, she's literally staring at me from the camper. So we're just going to make a little mood fire And then tomorrow it's off to the Firs, and I will see you in the morning. Cheers. So we woke up to a beautifully misty morning. It's nice and quiet. Saw some of the brumbies last night before we went to bed. They actually slept in camp, so never experienced that in Australia, so that's fun. Yeah, now that the mist has worked its way away, so the sun's burned through the mist a little bit. Wait for the camp to dry out, and then it's off to the Firs for some brunch. Welcome to the Firs. This is probably one of the more photographed picnic spots in the Barrington Tops, and you can see why. It has a very European feel to it, but it can be a little bit spooky if you're here at night. But in the daytime like this, it's just awesome. It's cool, like it's a hot day, but it's cool in here. There's only one patch right above me where there's open sunlight, and the rest is this. Just got Bub down to have a little bite to eat before we hit the road home. We're spending as much time as we can here because it's just so beautiful. If you want to see more of this, hit subscribe and check out some of my other videos. See you next time.